Hello again, one and all, and welcome back to Let's Play Factorio. Last time, we got a lot of stuff done, actually. Started our oil processing to the point where we were putting out sulfuric acid, and I think we were just about to start producing rubber. So let's get to it. Pretty sure I need chemical plants for that as well, so let's make some. Watching the hourglass tick around on things you produce. For some reason that just fascinates me. Oh, that's right. It's called plastic, not rubber. I think it was called rubber in an earlier version of the game, but maybe not. Don't actually recall. Okay. We're going to need... Well, let's just start with 2 for now. We can always expand as needed later. And I guess for now, since the coal is just being pumped in this way, we can just use it as is. Right? Seems like a pretty reasonable thing to do, I suppose. So, let's see. I'm going to make this go underground. Oh, that's right. Used a lot of our material. There we go. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Underground belt. You're going to sneak in like this. There we are. And I need to... Might as well run this off the main pipe. There we go. And we will need... number of fast inserters, some to pull coal, some to put the finished product out. And the finished product will be let's see if I can get away with this here. Nice. There we are. So now it'll be placed evenly on either side, as we are very fond of doing, to ensure that we keep everything up and running normally. And now we can put the bus as it is needed. Excellent. Okay. Power. Always handy. Guys, I don't know if you knew this yet, but very important to make sure everything you do is powered. Also important to make sure you actually set the recipe as needed. Wow, this is actually cranking it out pretty quickly. You guys seeing that? That is relatively fast. Relatively fast indeed. And I will need, let's see here. As I mentioned before, I can actually use these pipes and move regular products alongside the other products. As you can see, wow, I forgot how quickly these things produce. Look at that. 2, maybe 2 too many. It's crazy. Alright, let's continue on here. Get a underground belt going here. There we go. So now I can run both of these underground at the same time. So I'll have the pipes alternating with the belts, with the pipes, with the belts, and I can move all the products along the same line. Excellent. Okay. That's done. So let's look at any other, let's see if there's any other products we need to use the chemical plants for at this present time. Let's go ahead and make another one. I'm sure I'll use it eventually if I don't need it right now. Otherwise, we may actually be ready to start working towards the science upgrades that we so desire. You know, another thing I may be potentially able to do as well is once I determine the size and depth of some of these products and how far off I need to deviate them, I may actually be able to just you know, say this is all the inserters I'll ever need. I could actually make another product over here. Say for example, I could make smart inserters and fast inserters. You know, I could pull the products needed for those if I really needed to. Certainly an option. Okay, first things first though, let's continue making our products here. Here's our chemical plant. So other than solid fuel, we need batteries, obviously. So I think I'll make batteries as my next product. Okay, I think batteries will be good. We can set up the batteries over here, actually. I know that batteries are used as part of the process for making the Science 3s. In fact, it is one of the base products for the Science 3s, in addition to a large number of other products. We seem to be actually backing up on coal a little bit, which has me concerned. Are we throttled anywhere else? Oh, well, for one, I'm not researching anything, which probably has something to do with it. Let's see here. It's got to be something. Yeah, bullet damage. There we go. That's likely why we're getting throttled and not using anything, because I'm not researching anything. And the overall fundamental reason that I'm doing all this is to research. Okay. Back to the old chop chop chopperoo up here. Give ourselves a little bit more room, and this is going to be used for batteries, which require iron, copper, and sulfuric acid. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Let me look at some of the other ones where I had 2 ingredients and how I handled those. I guess I could go for something like this. Here's another 2 ingredient one. Yeah, I think I like the sort of 4 across usage here, where I have 2 rows, and then I have the the finished products coming out, which are then going to be merged up with something else. So we'll do it that way. That sounds like a plan to me, especially since I can pull the other resources from the outside there, so that should work quite nicely. To that end, let's go ahead and set up our finished output for the sulfuric acid, which is very much needed. There we are. And we're going to need some splitters, of course, and some more iron plates. There we are. It's starting to get dark here again. Let's get some more lights out and about. I'm just sort of sitting here blitzing through the tech ages and haven't really been paying much attention to how cool my base looks. You know, it's one thing to have a very nice, efficient base, but to have a nice, efficient base that also looks really cool, I mean, let's just be honest here. Let's just be completely honest. I think that's really everybody's goal when you play Factorio. Maximize look cool and maximize effectiveness. And we're also going to need a fast inserter for the finished product. I think this is what I want, roughly. Let's actually deviate these products here. These need to come up this way, and we need the iron and the copper plates for those. One thing I've noticed, actually, it seems like the conveyors don't really need to be lit quite as much. Like, even in areas of darkness, their products are still pretty bright, as you can kind of see. That's kind of interesting. I hadn't really noticed that until just now, how that's the case. Okay, we have our splitters, so let's get some splitting done. There we are, and we're going to need to split the iron as well. There we go. And we will need some of the underground belts as always. Some more transport belts. Why am I making transport belts when I have transport belts right here? I'm not sure why I'm making transport belts. Seems a little goofy to me. And there we go. Chop, chop, chopperoo. Continuing the bus with our new bus product, which we'll probably be using immediately, but might as well have it extend out a little bit. Okay. Let's get another chemical plant here, as we will need one. Uh-oh. Looks like my steel axe has worn its welcome. I'm already seeing that I'm going to need some steel. For sure, and I likely should have made steel much earlier in a finished product, but I have been waiting for the other ones, so a little bit of redesign won't hurt. I don't think a little bit of redesign is gonna really kill us. And we need a chemical plant also for the batteries. There we are, chemical plant like this. And where are our pipes? There they are. I'm gonna make a bunch of these as we're gonna need them for sure. I'm gonna try to have these running somewhat exactly side by side, only deviating when necessary. That way I can keep the lines clean. It's likely I'm going to be feeding steel up underneath the water line in particular. As you can see, I've got a reasonable line of attack for that. I'll have to move some things around, but yeah, I should be able to feed the steel largely up through there without too much of a problem, since I will be smelting steel at the very bottom side of the base here. And you cannot actually move liquids via transport belts. I don't know why I grabbed that. Whoa! One objects are being damaged. I do not like any of my objects to be being damaged. No thank you. I'm gonna need to grab some more. Oh, that's not good. One objects were destroyed. They're having an ammunition crisis apparently. Yes, thank you for beeping. Holy moly, those guys tore through there pretty quickly. How many of them are there? Wait, how did they... Are they coming up from... No, there's no way they could be coming up from anywhere else, right? There's no way they're attacking from this side. There's no bug nests here. Must have been a bigger bug that was able to reach through the wall or something. I'm not sure. Let's give them some ammo piercing or armor piercing rounds. Make them a little bit better. 5, 6, 4. Okay, so these are definitely getting used. Perplexing. Alright, we do need some iron. Let's see if I can't run back. Our copper supply is dwindling a little bit, but honestly, we don't really go through a ton of copper anyway. Although it looks like that may be changing. Looks like we may not be able to quite keep up with the copper supply, so maybe I should up that. So I'll head back over there in a second. First things first, though, I need some iron. We'll put up even more turrets just to be on the safe side. Okay, let's see if I can get these miners up and running. There we go. Got 2 there. How much is left here? Only 1.7k. Ooh, boy. Not very much. Let's do like this. Up and around this way. And, oh, you know what? I have to turn these bad boys around. So we get those on the right sides. Up and up and up. There we go. Excellent. And we need power. Rather dark down here, so we can at least get some lights. There we go. Not a ton, but hopefully enough to keep up. Do we have any other easy access copper? That up there is not too bad, up in the corner up there. Probably will end up going for this. Should really go take a look at the... oh, here we go. Here's some bugs. One bug at least. Alright, you know what? We have a plethora of ammo. Let's do it. Let's go out and get ourselves murdered. Well, hopefully not get ourselves murdered. But I want to see where these bugs are coming from and see what I can do about it. Looks like they're coming from below, as I can see a few of them coming right now. And looks like that is the nest where they are coming from. Whoa. Shooting projectiles at me, huh? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey! It's not very nice, sirs. Ow, 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 ow. Hey, I got it. Well, thanks for researching bullet damage, I guess. Let's try bullet shooting speed. Whoa, my health. Holy moly, my health. Whew. I might have to go around. I'm not in the habit of dying. Kite, 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 kite. Now let the turrets do their jobs. Whew. Alright, so, pro tip. Eating fish gives you health back. Jeez. That was scary. I guess a full frontal assault wasn't the smartest thing I could do. I don't recall there being mobile spitters. Those must be a somewhat new addition to the game. That's a little scary. See if there's any other fish around here that I can munch on. There we go. Come here, buddy. I can see you. Ah! There we go. Be a little bit more. Oh, hey, we're back at our base. Hooray! Are you a fish? Nope, you're just a spot of blackness. You are but darkness. Could you imagine how lonely it would get being on this planet? Seems like it'd get pretty lonely. You know, one thing I actually could do is I could just deposit some turrets near where I'm going to be, or one turret at least, near where I'm going to be when I'm trying to assault this base. It doesn't look too huge. I mean, I should be able to... I'm going to try to sneak around, because judging by the way that it looked on the map, it looked like there's a bunch of open plains a little closer. So I should be able to take it from like the right side a little bit easier. Looks like it does have some worms, which are pretty scary, but other than that, it's not a huge base. I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and make a hard save here. I'd rather not risk dying. There we go. And do I have any walls? A couple. I don't know how much it's going to make a difference, but I might have somewhere to kite if I need to. Now's the time to attack before they breed more. Whoa! That big guy hurts. Let's try this again. And that's why I make hard saves. Because that big guy hurt very badly. You know what? I think I can handle it. But I'm going to need some fish. That big guy just did a little bit too much damage. So I'm going to go fishing. And spam some fish if I need it. Even just clearing out this one nest will definitely help, though. See if they will attack that turret or not. I guess I probably could have been playing hardcore or something, but decided against it. I like how the combat in this game is rather simple. You just have to hit the space bar, hit and hold the space bar. Looks like it is actually firing. Oof. Hopefully it's doing what it needs to do. Okay, 4 fish. Hopefully I can devour these quickly enough. I really should do hit and run tactics too. I should run in, try to kill that small worm, and then get out as soon as I can. Whoa, speaking of hit and run tactics. Some of these lovely spitters coming after me. Whoa, getting a little close actually. Holy moly. The damage. This is weird because sometimes it seems like my range is shorter and sometimes it seems longer. Alright, so we'll at least have a little bit of HP recovery possible. That small worm doesn't seem to be too big of a deal. Getting dark. I wonder if I can actually move this close enough. Let me see if I can just like leapfrog this turret a little bit. Maybe. Maybe I should grab a second one. Does seem to have longer range than I do. At least with the SMG. Well, this is range 15, which I could have sworn was the range of... Next time it kills a bunch of dudes, I'm going to come in and try to attack this guy. I see you there, crazy worm. Right there. There we go. Whew. Alright, got one of them dead there. One of the worms is down. They're burning through a lot of ammo. Can I make more? I sure can. Can I make some more turrets? I sure can. Gotta fight more intelligently. I mean, you know, like, what's gonna happen? This guy gonna meet up with his buddies when they all come in and help him out. Like, hey man, thanks for clearing the planet out. And he's gonna say, oh, by the way, I didn't actually shoot my gun. I used turrets instead. And people will be like, what the noob? What are you doing, noob? Noob. I can just imagine, even in the far distant future, when we're trying to colonize planets, people are still being called noobs. Hey, this is getting bright out. Gotta fight smart. We don't want to fight intelligently. We gotta fight smart. Whoa. Looks like that's the big boy right there. Big worm. I wonder if I can distract the big worm and then go in for the kill. Let's try that. Nope. Ow. That hurt. Quite a bit, actually. My distraction technique did not work. Not quite, at least. Well, you know what else I can do, actually? Where is... There we go. Let's make some repair kits, shall we? Oh. Might help if I put down a turret that actually had some life left in it. Oh. Whew. Be careful. Put myself at some pretty serious risk here. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. We got one of the bases down. I had most of my ammo in it too. But that's okay, because we're down to just a single alien. I think we might be alright here. Whew. Well, this was a heck of a lot of fun. Does it say how long of a range these things have? Does not. All it says is how much of a badass it is. Grab some more repair packs. There we go. Fix these bad boys up. God, that hurts. So the problem is that I guess that must not be close enough. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Ow. Oh my god. That was a little bit too much damage for me. Yeah, I guess I can't get close enough, actually. Oops. Let's fix this bad boy up. Come on. There we go. Ooh, combat robotics. Guess I could make some capsules now, huh? Probably not a bad idea. Combat robot damage. You know, I technically don't have to even fight this guy right now, but it's personal. We're gonna save again. Taking all the magic out of this, I guess, but bah. I've already struggled through this game once. The quote-unquote honest way. Let's see if there's any fish we can devour whole. I see you swimming around there. This would allow me to potentially get in closer. I'm just very glad that my armor is enough to hold up against those guys, even though it's not the greatest. Ooh, here we go. Look at that. Massive quantities of fish. Num num num. This will also be our first alien tech too. So if we need Science 4, we have it. Okay. Need to rush in there. I should probably just rush in there and just try to kill it. Let's see how that works. Let's go for it. Here we go. I want to take it head on so I can get there as quickly as I can. Holy crap, is that good that I'm doing nothing to it? Okay, well. I guess that wins this fight now. I'm going to have to switch over for like a rocket launcher or something, because apparently the bullets do not seem to really do anything to it. Okay, alright. You win. You win, bro. You win. My wormy brethren. Wait, isn't brethren like only plural? What's the... Well, I almost asked what the plural, what the non-plural of brethren is. Let me just let the genius of that question sink in for a minute, guys. Just let you guys appreciate how silly that was. Alright, so hopefully that'll reduce the amount of attacks that we get. Hopefully. Hey, it looks like things have been going reasonably well here at the old home base. Hey, look at that. The old steel production. Kicking some butt. Anyway, I think we need to go back to sciencing. And by back to sciencing, I mean back to sciencing 3s. Let's finish this bad boy off here. There we go. Making them batteries. Okay. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's mix these around. Like so, and like so. And now we can just put the blues here. And hey, look at that. That'll work much better. So now I can just do this. Kind of like to get this on the other side, actually. How did I merge these down here? Probably had some convoluted loopy-schloopy type thing. Yeah, I sure did. I've also been slowly creeping my way closer and closer to the inside here and not giving myself nearly as much room as I hoped, although admittedly I don't have a ton of room over on this side to really work with anyway. Actually, this should be fine. I could just do this. Grab some of those, some more underground belts. There we go. And an underground belt there. And a splitter. So what are you in need of? Oh, you're in need of a recipe. Well, that's part of it, for sure. Most definitely part of it. And we're going to need some pipes to actually connect the sulfuric acid, as we are not quite currently doing that. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. There we are. And now I can make another underground belt at my leisure. And there we are. Now I do believe, if I've done this correctly, this should now be sorting these and essentially merging them for me. You can kind of see that looks like what the case is here. And I can already almost already tell that I'm going to need more production for this, because I'm pretty sure batteries get flown through a lot more quickly than what I'm giving them credit for here. So that'll have to be something that I'll have to look into at another time. on Let's Play Factorio. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.